Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. I am Frank,
I'm Peter.
and today we're going to talk about movie icon. He's been a big part of our lives for a long time. Harrison Ford.
Harrison
Han
Ford.
Frickin Solo, yo.
I
but
got a
apparently
question
you've
for
got a
you.
question for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I think we had a question that was similar once before.
Yeah, that was like.
But
go
this
ahead.
question is a little more to favorite best friends in movies.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we did one.
We did one was like a little less
like
intro, like the person, their friend wasn't integral,
right.
but they were a good friend.
Yeah.
But this
right.
one
So
is
this is like part of the
best
story.
friends, two people
All right.
in a movie. Like
All right,
who are your
All right.
favorite?
All right. All right, that works. All right, so Harrison
Harrison
Ford.
Oh
Oh my God, so many to choose from. But why don't you go ahead?
Want me to start off?
Why not?
Alrighty. What can I say? Some of these are so obvious, at least to me.
Yeah.
This is how it's going. It's going down this way. Love, Indiana Jones. So we'll just, there's a bunch of movies there, so we'll just say Raiders of the Lost Ark. But just I love the character.
Yeah.
What's not to love? He's he tries to be a ladies' man sometimes. He's this adventurer, and he's that guy that you go, man, I'd like to be like Indiana Jones. Great. He's gonna go against the Nazis. Great guy, love it. He's got that. He's just got that spirit in him that no matter what the adversity is, that not going to stop.
Yeah.
Going to keep going, determined, and in the movies, a lot of times there's a real reason you got to keep moving because, well, it's either Nazis or there's something bad's going down, and you got to stay the course and just try to push on it.
He's great.
Always finds a way to try to come through.
Yeah.
May not end up exactly the way he wants it, as the movies may end at, but he did his job, and he came through and he saved the day in the bigger picture. But as we see at the end of the first movie, right, all that stuff he saved. Well, it's not going for research. It's not going for even profit. It's just getting tucked away.
Just tuck it away.
You got it.
Yeah. So but it's so funny because we have the benefit of the internet now, where people point out that Indiana Jones had in fact, that the Ark would have just stayed buried.
Stayed buried. Oh,
if he hadn't been involved at all.
Right, and
So,
it ends up buried just in a different location.
It just ends up, So, I mean, that's always kind of funny, but I don't think that's the point of it. I think that the whole point is, it's supposed to be just adventure and popcorn, movie kind of thing.
You
just
got it.
goes. So, and I'll prattle on more about that when I talk about Indiana Jones. But go ahead, continue.
Yep. And it's just, it's just one of those things. I just love that character, and I loved him and that character and all of his movies. Even the movies that weren't as popular, I still love them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still love them. No, I mean, two, the kid's a little irritating.
It's not even the kid that's irritating. I just think the story is kind of irritating and just a little
It's just
bit,
written different.
not
But
great,
the love the third, even the fourth one.
I was fine with the fourth one.
I
The swinging
appreciated that
monkey
fourth one.
thing was a little much, but
But I mean, definitely appreciated that, but loved that one. So Indiana Jones, that performance in Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'm going to say the second one, slight variation of a theme, but we're going to go with Han Solo.
Han Solo,
Star Wars, and then every other one. Can't get enough. Good stuff. he's just got that same thing, that lovable rogue.
Yeah.
When he has time to think and slow it down, you know he's going to do the right thing. It's going to come to that.
Yeah.
You know, he may think of himself as more mercenary than that, but he's
got a good heart.
He
really does, and sometimes he has to remind himself of that.
Or people have to remind him.
Yeah. Because sometimes Chewie's just like, he's just like, I know what I'm doing.
Okay. But
now Han Solo, great role.
I just love that character, and even when, in the case of Solo, a Star Wars story, that movie, even though he's not playing Han Solo, you still like to see how are they going to play it like Han Solo or like Harrison Ford to make
mostly
them
successful.
Oh yeah.
Mostly.
So you end up watching that just because you like the whole franchise, but you watch it because you're like, well, I like Han Solo. I want to see how this is going to transpire and stuff. So he's just got that character when he's playing that adventurer, whether it's Indiana Jones or whether it's Han Solo. You just sign me up.
Just give me a big bucket of popcorn,
sign me up,
and I'm in.
Because he just seems to. I'm not saying he is this way. He just seems to embody that role effortlessly.
Oh yeah.
It's like falling off a log. You'd say that's the role he was born to play, but then you're like, well, he's born to play Indiana Jones. Born to play this one too.
It's kind of the same guy.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
But I just love it. And even when he's up against it, he may pretend that he's under control. He's just out there trying to figure it out, trying to figure out that next step. I want to make this work. Yeah, I'll figure it out though. I don't know right now, but you know what I mean? When I get to it, we'll get to it.
But it's not in a comedy slapsticky kind of way.
It's never
just
like
this
beat, boom, there's the joke.
I don't know, but I'll figure it out. It's just I'm on it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on it. Yeah. We got people working on that one. Well, actually, I'm the only one working on it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What's your last?
I love that one. And then one that's a little different, but for me, it still goes back to that heyday of this really good Harrison Ford movies is Blade Runner.
Oh, yeah.
He plays Deckard there. And he's... that one I like because he's not as confident in this one. He's not really even sure anymore of good or bad, what's right, what's wrong. He's starting to see more, learn more about these replicants. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? He knows what he has to do or what he's supposed to do. But there's a whole thing, and then he's not in control of a lot of scenes. But there's the whole thing when he comes up, face to face, especially like in the rain on the rooftop there with Rutger Hauer there, and he realizes, this is variation of a human being here, and it's like he's
Rutger Hauer's kind of scary.
He's scary.
Yeah. But you also feel great sympathy for him.
Oh, you definitely do. When he starts telling him, when he starts talking about, the light that burns twice as much, burns half as short, that sort of thing. Tremendous. And, and you can see a little fear in the Deckard character when he's like, I'm going to fight him without weapons. I'm not going to win this. I can't. This person is made to be stronger. He is stronger. He's smarter than I am. he's faster.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, and it's just interesting to see this unflappable, our mindset of this unflappable Indiana Jones, Han Solo now, but now it's Deckard. It's a different person.
Well, it's so like when I saw Blade Runner, I was young, early teens, and again, my knowledge of Harrison Ford was Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
Sure.
So I'm like, oh, let's go to Blade Runner, Dad. This looks awesome. And I'm like,
can't miss. Yeah, you're gonna go.
This is boring. I don't know what's happening right now,
Yeah.
and things that but like so much happens, but it's not flashy popcorn movie. It's like sit and think about.
It's think about popcorn movie. Yeah.
So, it's it's like ponder with a glass of scotch, and
I
my dad hated when I went to the movies with a glass of scotch.
Tell me
He's
about
just
it.
like, come on.
Hey, is that an open beverage? What?
One, again. So, but great. That's a great
that
choice.
one there.
Good movie.
I love, and let's be honest, because of Harrison Ford's age, experience. There's a bunch of other ones out there that easily could have, but
I mean, when we come across actors,
feel like heartstrings. I couldn't. Go.
I mean,
I couldn't go any other way, but there are some other good ones out
we
there.
pull a ticket out of the thing. It's just like, oh, this person's got, 500 movies, and there's like 40 of them that I love, and I have to pick 3. How am I going to do this?
Exactly.
So there's always going to be.
There are some, and this isn't a news flash. There's sometimes we'll pick a name out of the bucket, and my first feeling is, oh no, this is going to be a lot tougher to do because this person's body of work is either it's either fewer movies to pick from, or maybe talent wise,
that's not a lot of great stuff.
As much, so they don't get.
If only we had more control over who we pulled out of the bucket. So
but you know what I mean. It is what it is. We try to put good name bad names, and once in a while we pull a Harrison Ford. And wow.
That's right. Super fun.
So who do you?
My Harrison Ford. So I'm going to start with less actiony type of thing.
Sure.
And it's going to be. He was in a romantic comedy in 1988 called Working Girl.
Working Girl.
It was with Melanie Griffith and Sigourney Weaver. And it was weird because it's like the late 80s, and we've already had a couple of Star Wars. We've already had like 3 Star Wars.
All
and we've
had
had
at that point the original.
And we had like a couple of indies, and it's just like he's in a romantic comedy. But it's great. It's a great movie. Got Oscar nominations. It was a big movie at the time.
It was.
And I'm not going to pretend to sing the Carly Simon song. That'll upset everybody. But it was a huge. That got the Oscar. That song.
No, I meant you're singing it.
I'm just saying that it was a good song. So, anyway, and he's really, really funny in it, and he's not the type of thing that you would associate with a Harrison Ford role.
Yeah, because the humor that we see in Indiana Jones.
It's
Star
more
Wars,
kind of like it's different. Yeah, it's different. It's like action movie humor, and this is romantic comedy humor. And this is so much lighter and fluffier, and it's just silly. And there's there's a hot girl involved, and it's just it's so funny to see him doing that. So and he does it well, and it works. So that's my first Harrison.
I'm glad too. At that point, he's a very big name, specifically in the action stuff.
Yeah,
but it's great that whenever this opportunity came to him, that he said yes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's like he easily could have said,
I'm
not going to take a chance with
let's
this.
be honest. He would have said,
I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to make me look like a fool.
So, anyway, my next one after that is along the same line. I have no idea. I would love to hear the story about how he said yes to this movie, because it is not a good movie. But there is a 10-second hilarious bit in this movie that makes me respect him as an actor so much. And It won't be part of his in memoriam Oscar at all.
Yeah.
It's
What do we got?
it's called Hollywood Homicide. It's with
Homicide.
Josh Hartnett, and it's this comedy. He's a homicide detective. Came out in like 2003. He's a homicide detective, and Josh Hartnett's his partner, and they're both like they're cops and they work homicide, but they also like spend a lot of time on their side gigs. Like Josh Hartnett is like a yoga instructor, and he's dating beautiful women, and Harrison Ford's like a real estate guy. He's just like, oh, I'm working on this murder. Damn, I gotta go.
You're a police detective. It's a 24-hour
Yeah,
job. What do you got these side things for?
I gotta show this 3-bedroom in Santa Cruz at
Exactly.
3. So, but it's so funny. But there's one. This kills me. There's this one thing where they're chasing the bad guy through the streets, and he doesn't have a car, and the guy's running, and Harrison Ford comes up to this person on a bike, and he's just like, I need the bike, and he just like the person's just there, and he's just like growls at them, takes the bike, and then,
as Harrison Ford does,
right,
just growls at them.
He's just, and then he takes the bike, he
He
gets on it, and he's just pedaling, but he's like arms and legs are flailing. I'm gonna fall out of my chair, and it is the funniest physical comedy thing because it's Harrison Ford. If it was reversed and if it was Josh Hart, it'd be fine. Hey, kid's 22 years old. You do
Or
that
if
stuff.
it was the kid who played Urkel, you'd go,
Yeah,
that's fine.
But it's Harrison Ford. It's just it's Harrison Ford. So it's so funny, and I would love to sit down with him and just like, look, I know that you're only going to give me 10 minutes to talk to you, and you're Harrison Ford, and you're Indiana Jones, and you're Han Solo. You've been a part of my life forever.
Yep.
But I want to spend this entire time asking you about Hollywood Homicide. Why did you do this movie? What did the director tell you?
He might not
about,
even remember that
right?
he did the movie.
But the director's just like, all
Hollywood.
right, Harrison, this is what we're gonna do. You're gonna take this bike from this kid on the street, right?
As if you would even say Harrison.
Right?
He'd be,
Exactly.
Mr. Ford, let me have
Sir,
a minute of your time.
Excuse me, sir, if you have a moment. We're gonna need you to like really ham this up. Make it funny. The guy hasn't been. This character hasn't been on a bike in 25 years. You know, it's just you know. And Harrison Ford is just like,
tell me how to ride a bike.
and he's like, got it. Even Bruce Willis would be better. Would be more. It would be less surprising to see that
That's right.
clown car of a performance. Oh, so good. Anyway, but Hollywood. I love that performance because it's one of those small little sections of a movie like Judi Dench in
Shakespeare in Love.
So it's just that little bit where it's just otherwise the movie is completely forgettable. And then my third role is Harrison Ford's role as action hero guy. So that
I see
Han
it.
Solo, Indiana Jones, Jack Ryan. He's just, what you were saying about Indiana Jones, where he's just like, all right, I got to get from point A to point B, and there's going to be 1,000 obstacles in my way.
Yeah.
How am I going to do it? I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along. He gets on the horse and he's going to chase a truck. Okay, great. He's going to get on the truck and he's going to fight the guys. And oops, now I'm hanging off the front of the truck. What are you going to do?
That's right.
Oh, I am just going to use my whip and I'm going to traverse beneath the truck go on top of, at any point in time, anyone else would have just gone, what, screw this, let him have the arc. Really, I should not have even been involved. It's not my thing. But he's
want the arc, it's yours.
But it really is. And again, especially when you're an impressionable little, teenager, young teen, kind of 12, 13 years old, and you're seeing these action heroes, you're just like, just fucking keep going, man. That's awesome.
Never say die.
That's great. It is. It's never say die.
And he doesn't, let's be honest, we see sometimes this same, never say die thing, but a lot of those kind of characters we see now in movies, they have superpowers, or
Right.
they got
Or
something
it's
else
like,
going for
yeah,
them.
and
For
it's
him, it's like he's got a whip
yeah,
and he's got his hands, and
he's just gonna go
trying
do
to
it.
hold
But
on.
it's great storytelling, and it's
Yeah.
great acting, and I mean,
Indomitable spirit,
right,
he's
and
got
that,
it.
and he embodies that, and it means so much to me. I think I'd probably take 3 of those 10 minutes asking him about Hollywood Homicide just to let him know and thank him, like
Oh,
because
yeah.
these roles they just
What,
not
the
only
other
they
roles?
entertain but they mean a lot
Yes.
to you,
Yeah.
and that to me is it means so much. Every time I see Han Solo die, I cry. I well up, even though I know it's coming. And when I first
The first time you saw
the
it.
first time I saw it,
Oh, yeah.
I was devastated.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like,
that didn't just happen.
I was
No.
shell shocked.
That didn't happen.
Seriously,
Tell me.
it didn't happen. And I'm
Yeah.
waiting for the end where a hand comes up on the rubble or something like that. It's just like, nah. And I was just completely just wrecked by that, because here's one of my heroes, my entire movie going life.
Yeah.
Is, you know, since I'm 9 years old, watching this character, it's just like
I was afraid when we as excited as I was when his name came out of the bucket. So we open up the little ticket stub and I see Harrison Ford, excited, ready to do. Oh, I want to do this show. I want to do research. I love some of those characters. At the same time, like the last 2 days or so, I'm sitting there thinking, I hope I don't like just make this into some kind of gush fest, like, because his roles mean so much to me.
Yeah.
I just didn't want it to,
and he's not one note. We've seen him do like other stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like, oh, he's just Han Solo. He's
American Graffiti.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh my God.
Witness. He's great.
Witness, The Fugitive. He's done all these. Get off my plane. All that stuff. He's
42. He was
so
very good
exactly.
in that one.
He's so good.
Yeah.
But these iconic roles, they just latch onto your heart, and this is why you go to the freaking movie.
And so, like, when it came to my favorite 3 performances, well, those are my favorite 3. I can't help it. Is it still like that kid in you? Well, maybe.
Yeah,
but you know what?
That's what it should be.
That's what resonated with me.
Yeah.
Whenever 1977, and that's resonating now.
Yeah.
So,
it works.
Yeah.
So those are my 3 Harrison Ford.
Great.
So,
Let me just.
You're gonna recap.
Oh, well, I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try.
All right.
Hollywood Homicide.
Yeah.
That would have been the toughest one for me to remember. So Hollywood Homicide.
And yet the easiest to forget.
Yeah. I had Working Girl, which is it's a
great movie.
Oh, it is. No question about it. And then that whole combined body of work
Action
as the action
hero.
So
and the Jack Ryan stuff is. I mean, it's not as deep, but it's it's good. He's that. I think torch has been passed.
Yeah.
John Krasinski.
Krasinski.
Yeah. You're thinking Jane Krasinski.
Yeah.
So, So, and yours were, the Indiana Jones stuff, the Han Solo stuff, and then,
same time period.
Oh yeah, Blade Runner. So great. So good stuff.
Yeah. It's just
no. It
gets you right there.
Yeah, most definitely does. And what was the question? Oh, best friends.
What's your favorite
best
friends?
Oh, yeah, there's a couple. There's I'd have to go with they all a lot of them end up falling in the like the Kevin Smith, body of work and that whole fewest universe.
He does write dialogue heavy stuff, and that needs at least 2 people. So that makes this connection stronger.
Definitely. So you've got Dante and Randall. You've got Zach and Mir. You've got Jay and Silent Bob.
You've
got Holden.
Then you got Holden and
Banky. And so there's those guys. There's in Bad Boys, you've got Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. Let's see, Thelma and Louise. That's a great one.
Yeah.
So yeah, good couple. You've got Seth and what's his face in Superbad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they're really great. I really like that because in that movie there's a lot of crazy stuff that goes on, but they have like their quiet moments
There are some
when
quiet
they're
moments.
just like teenage boys hanging out, and you know they take a moment to sort of like express their friendship for each other. So
Yeah.
I think that's great.
It's there is a big difference between being best friends or good friends in a movie as opposed to being like buddies in a movie. Because
Yeah,
sometimes
or
the
like
buddies are
partners.
like partners.
Yeah,
They're either
a lot of
cops
work
together or they're brought
work
together
friends,
by work or there's some reason why they're together. Whereas the other one, it just kind of grow. It's more natural.
Yeah.
It's just more organic. It's just developed. With the other one, kind of thrust together
Right.
somehow or whatever.
Yeah. So what do you?
I had the reason I asked the question was because I knew that we were preparing for Harrison Ford, and my favorite one, or definitely one of my favorite ones, is Han and Chewie.
That,
Even though that's not
Yeah.
what you'd say.
no. That's
It's just as normal as anything else in that universe, and I just love it. It's kind of like a lot because of the limited, our limited understanding of what Chewie is saying
Yeah.
of his language. A lot of that, and it works well with the Han Solo character, is that there's a certain kind of you're close enough friends where you don't need to say too much. You already
Right.
know what the other one's,
Yeah.
and that gets conveyed because of Han Solo sometimes plays it close to the vest anyway. But
When Solo dies, you immediately, like it's like it's just like, yeah, oh my god, like Chewie just lost his best friend.
Oh, I know it.
Leia
Isn't
lost
it
her
like
husband.
you go, I'm crying for myself, but then all of a
But it's
sudden
just
you
like,
go,
oh
oh
my
no,
God.
I'm crying more for
Chewie.
Leia, but Chewie.
Chewie, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh,
goes
yeah.
back to the ship, and it should be his ship now. But whatever.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like there's some other ones. Romeo and Michelle from Romeo and Michelle's high school
Yeah.
reunion. I like that one. That one's a cute one. I like the movie, but I like their friendship.
Yeah.
And then and then when they actually have a fight, which they've never had a fight apparently, when they actually have a fight between an argument between the two, it like comes out in this line, and if you're aware of the movie, fine, but it's a little older now, but these girls would be growing up in the 70s, so they're used to TV shows from the 70s, so when they're mad at each other, one of them says to the other, I'm the Mary, you're the Rhoda. The other one's like, I'm the Mary, you're the Rhoda. And you like know exactly what they're meaning by that.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Nah,
That's great.
Yeah, those two are
But
good.
that's it.
Those
That's
two
just
are
a great
good.
little relationship there.
That's
too.
so funny. All right. We should bucket.
Yeah.
We should bucket. We're turning that into a verb now. Time to bucket.
You know, we always threaten about making popcorn. Gosh, we have
Do we just
buckets.
want to sit here and watch us eat?
Yeah,
for
just
half
stuff
an
our
hour?
faces as
Oh.
I'm trying to say things. Go, alrighty.
Alright.
I can. I'm looking forward to this one, but I can just imagine as I'm stuffing my mouth with popcorn and having it fly. It's just going to look like Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, exactly. So, All right, folks. Thanks so much for watching or listening. If you're doing the podcast, and go check us out on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. There are links there if you want to support the show and got some merch.
Check us out.
There you go. So Christmas will be here before you know it. So
podcast. Check out our podcast.
Yeah, I said.
Did you say podcast?
I did say the podcast.
Oh, maybe I wasn't paying attention to.
I get a lot of that.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks. You have a great day.